What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Highlander here, and it's here. Our 3DS capture card. Sorry if you hear that noise in the background, it's my laundry room. But my 3DS capture card arrived today, literally about 10 minutes ago. It's kind of early in the morning, and after this, I'm going to be recording some more of the randomizer, as well as just testing this out. But today, guys, I wanted to do an unboxing video for you. And kind of explaining the process that I went through to get this shipped and all that good stuff. So first thing you want to know if you're gonna ship, so what I did, I didn't buy a new 3DS, I bought the installation one. So I sent my 3DS over to them and they installed it in my 3DS. That way I didn't have to purchase a whole new one because that was nearly double the price. It is easier to do it that way, but this is cheaper, so I'm just gonna kind of run over the steps. So first thing you want to do is you have to take out your battery pack out of your 3DS because it's illegal to ship lithium into Japan. So, and that's where they are. So they're stationed in Japan, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. So just take out your 3DS battery in case you are going to ship this. That is something they tell you in one of your emails, but it's just that way you can, know beforehand. So here it is. Let me move the camera for you. Oh, tripod, please. I haven't used my tripod in so long. There we go. All right, so let's see if I can get in position first. All right, so here's the box it came in. So what I did was I shipped it in my original 3DS box. So what they did was they probably put it in here. And you want to get the weight as cheap as, or like as low as possible. That is one of the major factors of the shipping costs, because my shipping cost $98 alongside with the fee for the capture card itself, which was like $30 shipping for them, and then 160 somewhat dollars that you have to pay for it to actually be installed. So let's just do the unboxing stuff first. I'll talk about the rest of the process later. So first up, we got a USB cable. It's just a standard mini USB. I think it's mini USB, or is it micro? I don't know. The terms are interchangeable to me. Here, I'll just show you the edge of it so you guys can know what cable I am talking about, because this is most standard in like every home. So it's like a phone charger. I think yeah, so it's just like a phone charger. It's not like anything special. It just came with it. So yep, here is the actual 3DS. So I'm gonna have to use my some tools here to open it up and put my battery back in, but that's okay. So you open it up, and if you have the original shipping or the original box you purchased it in, I recommend shipping it through that. It's just very easy that way. I took out all the manuals and all the other stuff that was in here because that added to the weight, and I want to make this as weightless as possible. And when I shipped mine, it was weighed like 1 pound and 2 ounces or something like that, 1.02 pounds. If you're not in the US, whatever the kilogram, what it is over there. Yeah. I don't know. It's too early for this, but so what it does is it comes with this paper right here, which I'm not going to show you guys, but essentially it is instructions on how to set it up on your computer, and it has some codes on here that, or does it? Hold on. I think it's supposed to have like a purchase code or something like that you put into your software. I guess not. I don't know, maybe they got rid of that, who knows. But still want to show you just in case. Anyway, so it comes with instructions on how to plug it in and how to run and where to download all the software. And now for the actual important thing itself. So let's go ahead and unbox this. So out comes the 3DS. So the really nice thing about the, not only the new 3DSs, but the 3DS XL in general, is that with the capture card stuff, it doesn't stick out of your 3DS. Your 3DS looks the same size, which is very nice. And that is kind of what I like here. So what they did was they, it looks like there's a couple of scratches on my 3DS, but I think those were there beforehand, so don't worry. You should be perfectly fine. So here is the important part. So right next to your charger port, I don't know if you guys can see that. It is right there. There is a USB input that you can now plug in your USB cord. It did, and unlike the previous 3DSs, it did not go into your infrared port. So all your stuff is still like, you can still use this as a fully functional 3DS. They just added another port on there for you. So you did not need to mess around with it or anything like that, which is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, that's basically how it looks like. It looks exactly the same as when I got it. Like nothing has changed, and they just added a USB slot. So now I can go ahead and plug that into my computer, which I will be showing off later in the video. My 3DS definitely will not turn on because the battery's not in. So I gotta go ahead and put the battery pack in. So let me go ahead and do that real fast. By the way, you want to be careful when you're unscrewing your 3DS because the screws are very fragile, and I've already stripped one, so it makes it kind of difficult to open this thing from the back. You're supposed to use the stylus and open it from the side like this. So I guess we'll do that. Okay, so this is the back of the 3DS. I don't know if you can see that, so I'll flip it around. It doesn't look very different. The only thing I can notice that is different is the fact that there's a hole here right now. And it wasn't before. It's where the microSD card comes in. Move that closer so maybe you guys can see. There's a hole on the side. This lighting is just absolutely terrible. Should have brought my lamp up. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so you can see right there that there's now a hole peeking into the main hardware of the console. But that's where it's installed. But the back, you know, for being installed, the back is perfectly beautiful besides the hole. And here is where my battery pack goes. So I gotta go ahead and put that in because of the whole lithium thing. You know, you don't wanna be illegal. Do not want to. All right, so make sure it's popped into place. And then screw it back on. But after the moment of truth, does it turn on? Okay, so I had to go get my, let me scoot this back just a tad. I had to go get my 3DS charger because my battery was dead. And you can see that it's charging right there. I'm so bad with cameras, right there. So, see if it turns on. The glare is awful. But as you guys can see, it turns on just fine. All the controllers work. So that's awesome. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna switch over to my PC where I'm going to show you guys this in action. So I will see you then.
3, 2, 1. Alright guys, we are now at my computer desk. As you can see, I have my 3DS plugged in. It is also charging still because of, well, it probably doesn't need to charge right now. So we'll pull this out. So it comes with that USB. You plug it into that USB slot, which then goes into your computer. I have it plugged into the front port now. A lot of people, well not people, but like a lot of the instructions recommend that if you don't plug it into the front port, that you plug it into a back port because that is more stable or something like that. Or if it doesn't work, that's another thing that you can try. Because most of the time, the USB slots in the front of your desktop. I have a desktop, so this I guess only applies to desktops. But the USB slots in front of your desktop will usually be part of like a USB hub, which then can make it not work. So Essentially what you do once you get to your computer is that you go into the link that you've got in your paper. You will get this file right here. The new 3ds view.zip. So what we're going to do is we've extracted this already. Now what I did, I went and tested it first to make sure that it worked and all that kind of stuff. So you go in here and you're going to have all these files. Now what you have to do first is you have to install this driver right here. Because the drivers aren't automatically installed when you plug into your USB, which is kind of unfortunate. But hey, more power to whoever wants to do it this way. So you just got to install this driver. And that's it. It takes like 10 seconds tops. I guess it comes with an Oculus, so you can do 3D or VR 3DS. I don't know, but another thing you have to do is that if your 3DS isn't capturing, you have to go to and install C++ and DirectX runtimes from the Microsoft website. So if you guys are experiencing troubles or not being able to display it properly on your screen, this is what I would advise to do first. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the USB. You kind of want to be a little bit careful with it. You don't want to put a lot of it says not to put like a crap ton of pressure on it. But honestly, just be careful. What is this? Readme.txt. Warnings. About USB connection. One thing I did learn though is the fact that this your 3DS capture will go better the stronger CPU that you have, which is your Intel Core i whatever, or Pentium or AMD, whatever you have. So the stronger your CPU, the better or the more smoothly this will run. So I experienced like a couple of stutters, but that was because I was changing some settings around. Another thing I wanted to mention before in my unboxing part upstairs was the fact that one thing I really liked about KatsuKitty, one, he emailed me back every single time I had a response, like a question or anything like that. I got a response to my questions. I was very concerned about my package going overseas, and the whole step of the way he let me know that it's okay. This is just what you have to do, and he walked me through it step by step. And once it had arrived, I emailed him, and he said yes, it has arrived. We have it, so you're okay. So that's another great thing. Another thing, or second thing, is the fact that they have a warranty. They have a 30-day warranty on it. So for whatever reason, if it stops working within the first 30 days of use, send it back and they'll fix it for free, which is kind of amazing. Also, third thing that I forgot to mention was the fact that I got, from the time I sent out my 3DS capture card, for me getting it back was only like a week and a half. That's as long as it took. They told me, I had a question at first. I was like, hey, how long is this going to take? And they told me 3 months at first. And I'm like, holy cow. So I was very concerned we weren't going to get this by the time Sun and Moon comes out, but we got it within like a week and a half, which was amazing. But enough about that. So once you've installed your drivers and you have all the runtimes that you need, you open up either 64-bit or 32-bit, whatever your computer runs, and this is going to pop up. So this is your capture card screen, or like this is the display. It's going to tell you your capture card's not found because I unplugged it. Because I want to change the sound really fast so it does not like bleeding through ears. So we're going to take... Oh. It's already down. Oh, that's weird. But essentially, it comes up here with all these settings. So, first up, kind of most important thing is the signal calibration. Now, this is the screen that's going to pop up first as soon as you boot up. You don't touch these. These are factory settings. Unless you absolutely need to, go look up online. Oh, it crashes sometimes when you mess with the settings. That is a kind of a negative, but that's okay. It's never crashed while I've been playing, so. And I've been testing. I've been messing around with it for like 20 minutes. So, anyway, just leave those default. You shouldn't need to change those at all. Now, what I do for a higher quality setting. So there was a couple of things I noticed when I first booted it up. One was the quality was a little bit and two, you can do direct sound transfer through the USB. You don't have to plug in an aux cable from your 3DS into your computer. All you have to do is go to sound settings and go to default device. Maybe I should try it 100 now. Okay, so what with the sound, the thing that most people I've noticed online have had issues with is the fact that it sounds super, like the sound quality is awful when it's being ported through the USB. I noticed it as well when I first booted it up. It had a lot of reverb, and like there was no bass, so it was all like staticky, and there was a static background noise, and it was weird. Here, I'll show you guys. I can show you guys how it is done. By the way, I found a fix for it, so no worries. Okay, if we can plug this in. Boop. So you're gonna plug it in. It's gonna initialize capture device, and it's gonna pop up on your screen like so. So here it is. Let me turn up the volume real fast. And the volume is up. Is it not up on my headset? That might be possible. Yes. Okay. So the volume was on the whole time. Okay, I'm an idiot. We're gonna turn it down. Well, let's go to 35%. That should work. Okay. So here it is. Here's your 3DS, fully functional. Like I said. But before we go and delve into the sound, the quality of the screen. So what happened here is the fact that what I did was I went to back buffer size, and you can change the internal resolution. I guess that's what it is of the 3DS. And so you have to check requires a reboot viewer first, otherwise it will crash. So I'm gonna change it to the max settings, and this is where I had stuttering, a little bit of stuttering, just because I don't think my processor can handle it that well. But that's how you'll get it looking a lot nicer than it comes factory. Now with filtering, you can choose whatever you want. There's no filter, which makes it a lot sharper, but you can see all the edges and stuff. And then there's bilinear, which kind of smooths it out. And then there's anisotropic, and I don't really know what that does. But a lot of people have been telling me that bilinear, or the two filters, make it look like lower quality in their opinion. For me, personally, I like bilinear because I like it being smoothed out. It looks a lot better in my opinion. I don't know why people say otherwise. I mean, I guess it's just a personal preference, but I like bilinear, so that's what I'm going to keep it on. Transfer mode should be default full color. What else did I change? 3D settings, just have 3D off unless I guess you want 3D. Size adjustment, dot by dot, you can touch this if you want. It's kind of tricky. I haven't really figured out what it does yet. Essentially, it's supposed to do like dot by dot pixels, perfect screen size. And the only problem is that when you move it again, it unpops from that. So what you do here, so that's the default 3DS screen size, and it looks perfect right there. So if you're trying to record something, I would leave it at this size and then screen capture. That's what I would do from here. So like with OBS, which is what I'm using, I'd go into window capture, and then I would select this area right here, find out what the internal resolution is, and then record in that, because it would look a lot nicer. But for me, we're just playing, so we're gonna have it up here. And then dot by dot 2 increases the size a little bit more, dot by dot 3 a little bit more. I haven't really, I don't know. You guys can mess around with that if you want. It doesn't really do anything else. Here, display is some of your more important options regarding to the actual software itself. So you can choose to display only the upper screen if you want, which is kind of nice. You know, having just the upper screen. So we can go like this, and we don't have to look at the bottom screen at all. You can full screen as well, but full screen looks really, really, I don't know. On OBS it looks better, but on my screen it looks a lot worse. Going full screen. So we're gonna display both upper and lower again and go back. You can add screen spacing, so there's separation in between. You can reduce space, I guess, or reduce or add the amount of space that you want in between the screens, which, I mean, you don't really need to mess around with that, but you can if you want. And here you can do kind of size offset between the two screens. So you can do have the upper screen be slightly larger than the bottom screen, like so. You can do much larger, so it's 75% to 25% screen size, so it's way bigger. Or you can have that 50-50, which we had initially. Another thing you can do is you can do side-by-side view. A lot of people are very much like this mode. I don't know if I'm too fond of it. It's all right. But 50-50, it looks nice. And the other ones, oh, you can't change settings in the side-to-side screen. Okay, so that's good to know. But you can also go full screen if you hit F10. But now what I wanted to do was the sound thing. So we're gonna go into Persona Q here real fast because the freaking opening is tight. So it boots up normally, it's just fine. And maybe it won't do it this time. I don't know. No, I think it will. So you boot up and you prepare to hear the sound. The sound is like, it's not very good. So you hear that? It sounds terrible. And there's like no bass. There's like, it feels very echoey in my opinion. And it is really super simple fix to fix this. I think it has to be like grounded or something like that with the 3DS. All you have to do is take an aux cable, one of these. It's a 3.5 millimeter, and like anything that plugs into your headphones, pretty much, or what you plug in your phone to your car or something like that. Just insert it in the bottom. That's it. That's all you have to do. And it fixes it. I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with grounding or something like that. But oh, the volume's probably super loud. Let's go and fix that. Whoop. Maybe that's better. I don't know. I don't want it to be too loud over my voice. Can we? There you go. We'll leave it at 30% and then turn that up a little bit. But okay, so that's how you fix your audio problems. If the audio sounds crappy, plug in a aux cable to the bottom of your 3DS. That's all you have to do. It doesn't. See the other end right here? It's not plugged in. It's just. It just needs something to be plugged in the bottom for the sound to come out nice and properly like it should. But yeah, so this is a 3DS capture card. I mean, I'm very happy with my purchase. It's worked perfectly, besides the little bit of stuttering that I've had, but I think it has to do with me increasing the internal resolution, like I did before. Yeah, so I don't know. If you guys have any questions about 3DS capture card, you guys can leave it in the comment section below. I'll try to answer your questions if you guys need more settings or anything like that. But personally, to me, this looks fine. This looks perfect. I mean, it's not going to be 100% the way it looks on your 3DS because you are upscaling the size of the screen. There's nothing you can do about that. But yeah, so that's essentially it. So, I mean, we can do a little bit of gameplay here. But geez, this video is going to be super long. I'll have to cut and do some stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding your capture card or like the process of the billing or anything like that, feel free to let me know in the comment section below or tweet me on Twitter. I will answer you there as well. Let's go into not the workshop. Gosh dang it, Theodore. Yeah, so it's just a little bit of gameplay for you guys to kind of show off how it works. We'll go into the first dungeon since I am max level. This is start from final floor. Sure, we'll take on the final floor boss. Oh my goodness. So there's a little bit of stuttering. I think that's because of the screen. So what I'm gonna do real fast is I'm gonna go to back buffer size and go to 1600 by 900 and see if that works better for me. So let's go back into full screen and let's fight this thing. Let's do it.
It's only one enemy. Let's make sure to defeat
This game has the best music out of freaking everything. Like, it's so good. I love the soundtrack in this game. Keys riser. So there was a little bit of that audio stuttering again, like I stutter. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I have to lower it a little bit more.
Let's try it.
I will say this though, on OBS it looks way better than it does on my screen. I don't know why. Don't know why that is.
You call for a hero?
Crits do way more damage in this game than anything else. Oh, the audio stuttering. I might have to lower it again. Who knows? I'll check it out afterwards, and I'll let you guys know if I found a fix for it. And she's dead. There you go. Thanks, bro.
An instant kill.
Yep. Alright, guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Like I've said a million times already, if you guys have any questions regarding how I got this or how I set it up or anything like that, actually, hold on. Let's go back to this real fast. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to answer. I will answer all your questions. I'll try. Well, I will try. I want to be able to interact with you guys 100%. So if you guys have any quarrels with this, let me know, and I will try to help you to the best of my ability. But I think that's going to be it. I will mess around with this some more until I find a way to not have it stutter so much with the audio. Maybe it might just be what's happening on screen. I don't know. Maybe this is just not a good game. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in my randomizer. Peace.